Hello, welcome back. This is Module 2 of the three-part New Member Orientation video series. This is the section all about the DD Act. So what is the DD Act? The DD Act actually stands for the Developmental Disabilities Assistance and Bill of Rights Act of 2000. We call it the DD Act for short. In every state and territory, programs authorized by the DD Act empower people with developmental disabilities and their families to help make changes to laws that impact them. The councils were created in 1970 and are currently authorized by federal law. The purpose of the DD Act is to assure that people with developmental disabilities and their families participate in the design of and have access to needed community services, individualized supports, and any other forms of assistance that promote and support people with IDD to make their own choices and live the way they want to in their communities. A key value of the DD Act is self-determination. What is self-determination? It's people advocating for themselves and others, being supported to be leaders, participating in coalitions, and educating lawmakers, playing a role in making policies that affect people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Self-determination also means that people with IDD make personal decisions, exercise choice and control over services and supports, have authority to control resources to obtain needed services and supports and other types of assistance, and contribute to the community. I'd like you to think about self-determination in your own life and what it means to you and to your family members. And we will talk about it at our orientation meeting. Other key values of the DD Act include independence, which is personal choice and control, or freedom from control of others. Productivity, which is to work or make other contributions to a household or community. Integration, which is access to the same opportunities, services, community resources as other Americans. Inclusion, which is to fully participate and be welcomed in social, education, work, and community life. The DD Act also requires all councils to do three things. They must engage in advocacy, capacity building, and systems change. Advocacy includes speaking up for yourself, your family member, or others with developmental disabilities. It means providing legislative testimony and educating policymakers about your story. For example, staff educate people with IDD and their family members about laws that impact them at events like legislative go days and support them to tell their stories to decision makers. Capacity building efforts include helping people build the skills to address an issue or goal, lawmakers understanding issues and barriers, and getting more access to services that people with developmental disabilities and their families need to live and work in their communities. Systems change includes working with lawmakers and state agencies to improve laws, rules, policies, and practices, educate the public, families, providers, and others, bring people together to talk about an issue and think of ways to fix it. For example, staff or council members serve on state-level policy work groups. Okay, so this brings us to the end of our second module, Module 2, the DD Act. This was intended to be a brief overview about the DD Act and what it means for our work as council members and council staff. If you would like to learn more about the DD Act, there is a link to the Administration on Community Living website in your new member handbook. And I highly encourage that you go there and look through it. It's a lot of information. You don't have to read the whole thing, but it would be recommended to at least familiarize yourself with it. And then more importantly, if you have an extra 15 minutes, I am also including this video, which is a video that was put out by Franklin County DD of Ohio. And it is a video interviewing people with developmental disabilities, talking about different parts of the DD Act and what the DD Act means for them. And I think that will give a really good picture about why we do the work we do and why the DD Act is so fundamental to everything that we do, and just really reinforcing why the DD Act was passed. So I highly recommend that you look at that video. And then once you've watched that, then you can go on to module 3, which is how we form our budget. And that will be the next module coming up soon.